knowledge is there, but it's not put in practice. And that's the reason why there is still so much pain in the families, where families lose contact. Parents with children, parents with parents, children with grandparents. And we have means and ways how we could prevent this and avoid it, but it's not implemented. We wanted to try to make it a common knowledge that you can only get good results in these high conflicts between human beings when all the people work together. Two things are not negotiable. The children have the right and they need to have ongoing contact to father and mother after separation and divorce. And even then, it's even more important. You know, how should they ever believe in the continuity of human relationships if they don't practice it, if they can't live it themselves? The second agreement on the aim is the interdisciplinary cooperation. When they talk to different experts, they talk to their lawyer. And that's where the picnic starts. Still today, you have lawyers who tell the mothers or fathers, don't worry, I'll help you get your child and get the other one out of the scene. This first talk makes so much damage because the first thing parents need is to keep up speaking to each other, talking to each other about the children's business in a polite, if not friendly, at least in a polite manner. And some lawyers destroy this. Now, in the child protection services, the mother goes there and she explains how bad the father is, and they tell her, well, then you keep your child with you, we'll look after that. We'll have a talk to the father. That can take weeks and months, if it happens at all. When the father goes there, oftentimes still today, that these experts say, we don't need to hear your story. We talked to the mother already. Can you imagine this? No idea about perception. And in this situation, in a high conflict, the perceptions are so different that sometimes I wonder, have they been married? We need this agreement on aims. The judicial procedure is still an adversarial procedure. In German law, when you go into a court for a hearing, you have on the tables, you have a sign saying Antragsteller and Antragsgegner. With the first hearing, they know we are adversaries, we are Gegner. And this is so destructive. Administrative rules, they are not pro-human. There are still very old belief systems in too many heads. A child belongs to the mother. It has always been like that. That's why it's right. That's very difficult. So people don't even enter into a dialogue with you, with me as an expert. The judges, they have the laws, they need to respect the law, and they can only give a frame to the family law system. They need the specialists who work with the parents. There are always some who are very well educated, who did it themselves, and even they are having a problem amongst their colleagues. It depends on their personal interest. Some of them don't even know how difficult they themselves make their task by not having the necessary information. This is maybe the biggest obstacle in good outcomes, is the very deficitarian education of the experts. Jurisdiction does not teach how to solve problems between human beings, how to solve problems when it's about money or furniture or cars. That's okay. Interrelational problems, they are not taught how to solve that. Their task is, I have to protect the children's relationship, the child's well-being. There are a lot of paragraphs of national and international law to protect the children's rights. As long as a judge does that, it's okay. But many of them don't do it. They go into a trap. They enter the discussion about the parents' arguments. And then he did this, and you must know, she said this and she did this. This doesn't get them anywhere. It's about the children. And this needs to stop. I mean, the grown-ups are grown up enough to go and seek help with a psychologist, talk to good friends. They can help themselves. The children can't. So we have to keep putting the children into the focus. Every profession. The child's right to the relationship for both parents. The expert's duty to do everything to protect these relationships. And the knowledge, nobody can do it himself alone. It needs to be done in a team, in a cooperative team, and then it does work. And then you have your neutrality. First off, neutrality doesn't exist. So the best thing is everybody stays with his function, with his role, and performs it well, in the best interest of the child. And it's not in the interest of a child to lose a parent. It's not normal. It's not normal, so to speak, that a child says, I don't want to see my father ever again. I don't want to even hear my mother on the phone. A lot happened before a child could say this.